Hi, my name is Julianne, and I'm an upcoming senior at Westminster this year. I'm a double major in music education and piano, and I'm also a 5-year Master of Arts in Teaching student. The answer to number one, I feel like I definitely knew who I was when I got to Westminster. I had very good friends and a very supportive family, and I never felt pressured to do something I didn't want to do. So I went to Westminster fully in the sense that I was there because I wanted to and because it made me happy, not because someone told me to or someone pressured me to. So, in that sense, Westminster didn't change my identity as much. It more just reaffirmed things, and it made me more confident in who I was. Have you at any point in your time here questioned your identity or changed the way in which you view yourself in the world? If so, what do you think caused the change? I think I've learned to be more honest with how I view myself, a little bit more humble. If I I try to be, and I think being at Westminster changed how I view myself because you're just surrounded by so many amazingly talented people, and so many smart people and so many good musicians. You compare yourself, but then after a while you stop comparing yourself because you realize that you have things that they don't. They have things that you don't, but you have your own gifts that you can offer. Number three, did you ever feel pressured to fit a certain personality type or set of beliefs? I don't think so. Not at Westminster, not anywhere else. As I said, I had a very supportive family and friends in high school and before that. And I was always very much my own person, a little bit independent. But I had a lot of trust in a lot of good people, and I just kind of did my own thing, and I believed what I believed, and I also made sure that I listened to what other people believed too, and I compromised with them a little bit. As an older student, what advice do you have for incoming freshmen about establishing and maintaining your identity, both personal and professional? I think in either sense, personal or professional, you must keep your old hobbies close by your side and old friends close by your side. Of course you're going to make new friends, you're going to learn how to do new things, but it's very important to keep those few things that you did while you were younger. Younger, I mean high school. Keep those things near you at least a little bit, maybe just one or two things, and go back to them so that you don't forget who you were before Westminster, because that's just as important as who you become. If applicable, how does being a music ed major and member of NAFME help you solidify your identity as a person and future educator? A lot. Being in NAFME has been great because there's so many awesome events. Go to the NAFME conference because it's amazing. And being a music ed major, gosh, you learn so much about people, so much about yourself, so much about music. It's all this giant, wonderful, sometimes difficult and complicated ball of everything that you've ever learned about life and music combined together. And when you teach, you have to use everything you've ever learned. Again, in life or music, it's important to use what you've learned as a person, use what you've learned as a teacher, as a musician, even as a family person. Remembering your friendships and your family. You have to use all of that when you teach. What do you think the value of professional organizations like NAFME is in helping students determine who they are as young professionals? Good Lord. There's a lot in that because you learn the standards, you learn what your expectations are as a teacher, or at least what people's expectations for you, like school board's expectations. NAFME is extremely helpful in getting you ready for a portfolio, which sounds terrifying, but you can do it. If you're a music ed major, you can do it. If you've gotten that far, you can do it. And I think as a young professional, you get to network a lot at the conferences. That's a really great thing to do. Now, what would you say to someone who believes that your major defines your identity? I think in some ways you can say that what you've learned while studying your major defines you, but not being the actual major itself. That's just a label you've put on what you're studying. It doesn't mean it defines you as a person. How do you think your identity will change in the future? Do you think you'll face new challenges to your sense of identity as you enter a classroom of your own? Oh, of course. Because kids are going to say things like, I don't like you. Why is your voice weird? Unless you're a singer. If you're a pianist like me, it's a little different. But, kids are very honest. And they're going to say things to you that might shock you and might make you think, why would you ever say that to anybody? But they're just being honest. They're just telling you what they see. And in some senses, you just have to forgive them for it. And in other senses, you have to remember, you know what, I'm good at this. They don't know that, but I know that. And you have to remember what you're good at and what your gifts are and how much you prepare for your classes to make their experience a good one. Westminster is a campus of many diverse individuals with unique needs and interests. What do you think the role of campus life is in shaping students' individual identities? I think everybody is really just one big happy family, and you all just find your place in that family. And again, as I said, it just makes you more confident in what you're doing with your life. It really does. Positively influential aspects of Westminster. Teachers. Good Lord. My private teacher, any of my teachers, all my teachers have been so helpful, and as long as you work hard and you show that you really, really, really want to do well, they will help you to the moon and back. They really will. They will do anything you ask them to. So be friends with them, be nice to them, because they're some of the smartest, most wonderful musicians you'll ever meet. Another influential aspect is just being in choir. Even if I'm not a singer primarily, but the community in choir at our school is just out of this world. So appreciate it while you have it, because it won't be there forever. So that's all I have. Thanks so much.